Are we live yet? Hold on, it's going. It's going. Uh, Let me know, Chef, if it's live yet. All right, we are live. We live. Okay, hey, this is a special edition of the Perfectly Balanced Podcast. We don't have Rob with us today. He's out whining and dining his lady, taking family time off. Hopefully he'll join us up in the chat here in a bit. But I got a special guest here. I got my baby sister in the building.
What's up? What's up?
We got Chef in the building as well. And this is a Graves Takeover episode, like
Yes,
we
it
do
is.
all the time. Yeah, man, we should probably change the name of the podcast. Honestly,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So we're gonna continue off with the topic that I talked about on Wednesday and continue on in this four-part series of a strong black woman. And I'm glad I got my baby sister with me because there was an incident that happened with her a while back ago, and I've been meaning to get her on the podcast to kind of talk about it. And I won't spoil anything for the post, but I'll just share the video. All right, Chef, can you monitor the chat for me? Because I can't seem to see it just yet. Anyway, let me get going with the stream. Share the sound. Let me know when you guys can see it. Y'all can see it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Here we go. Maximize that.
Ma'am, you're not gonna sit here and try to record stuff and try to act like
No, seriously, what do you mean by you're done
your
with me?
ticket
need a
isn't void
refund.
because you're being a disruptive passenger.
How am I being a disruptive passenger
Ma'am,
when
you
you
can step
literally
over there.
told
I'm
me?
no longer gonna speak to you, and I'm definitely
You
not gonna speak to you
spoke to
if
me.
you have me on your phone, on your camera.
Oh, because you don't want me to record how rude you've
You
been
can
to
record
me?
whatever you want to be. You were the last one to check in. You were denied
I
boarding.
did not.
and
I
so
checked
that's
in an
all.
hour and a half ago.
And I told you then that you were the very last one, and you would probably not get a seat because the flight was oversold.
This flight is delayed by an hour and a half.
Regardless
you guys
of that, you
sold-
were the last one to check in, and the flight was oversold.
I have an email confirming
Step away from my
that
counter,
the
ma'am.
ticket
I'm asking you not
that
to
I would
record
get a
me.
ticket.
I'm asking you to not record me. Step away
Is
from
that
my
a law in
counter.
Texas that I can't record you in public?
Step away from my counter.
That I can't record you in public?
Step away from my counter.
Oh, okay.
No.
Tell me more.
You can stay here all day you want to. Your ticket is canceled. If you want to stand here, I'll call security and I can have you removed. Those are your choices at this point.
Because I'm bothering
Damn.
You're being a
standing at the counter?
disruptive passenger.
How am I being
So you
disruptive?
can flip it however you want to.
How am I being
You're being a
disruptive?
disruptive passenger and you are done. Thank you. Have a nice
How am I
day.
being disruptive?
If I see you over here in 5 minutes, I will be calling security on you. Have a nice day.
Are you kidding me?
I see you over. My baby sister has made it.
They could have picked better pictures. That's all I'm saying. They could have picked a better picture for the screen.
I mean, again, but hold on. Let's watch the rest of the video here. Let me pull it back up.
Justin, you never seen the video? Oh,
You never seen the
that's
video?
the first reaction.
Oh, shit, that's awesome. Hold on, and again, like she posted.
Hey, we famous, y'all. We done made it on motherfucking.
I told y'all I was gonna get us this money. I was gonna get us this money.
Shouts
We're
out
gonna
to the
wait for
baby
numbers.
sister for checking that motherfucking Karen.
Hold on, and let me finish up.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? There is something so beautiful about anti-Karenicity. Let's put up the picture full mass of this anti-Karen. Well, this was a simple situation. If you have ever been on a plane, you know what just happened.
Would you mic, Jeff?
The Karen, she got there later than everybody else. It doesn't matter that she got there early. She got there later than the others. There was no more room. ticket was canceled. She decided to make a deal about it, a big deal about it, even though it was something quite normative in the arena of flying across the sky. But she met the right one that day. This anti-Karen was not having it. And the only thing I would have done different, madam, I don't know why you gave her 5 minutes. When you walked away and said, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes, ma'am, you could have called and should have called security right then and then walked away. Just a slight critique. Dan, thoughts here?
Yeah, I love seeing every moment of this. This is a time, I think it should be a teachable moment to where don't hate the player, hate the game.
Right.
Don't be mad that you have, don't be mad that you are the last one to show up for the planes. You know how these airlines run people. You know how it goes. Take that energy you have right there and write a harshly written letter to whomever airlines and maybe fly someone else next time, all right? But you don't need to take that out on the person who's just communicating the information to you. Don't shoot the messenger.
That's right. All right, I'm trying to find this young lady. I would love to highlight her on the program at some point.
Here we go.
Ready to start
Make it
eating
happen.
healthier?
We're gonna make
Meet
it happen.
Kachava.
So
Kachava is the world's healthiest
Again, the same thing. Yep, absolutely.
we're gonna make it happen. So
Hey,
you heard first.
hey, we need 1.5. We need 1.5
Shut up.
for a TV appearance. 1.5 for a TV appearance. Coming from your boy DJ Chef.
I want to get your firsthand account of a play-by-play, like what kind of happened in this situation, and then we'll kind of discuss like what actually happened.
Well, it all started at the ticket counter where you first check in your bags and everything. One of my agents was checking her in after the 45-minute check-in time. She shouldn't even been checked in and allowed to the gate in the first place. So we did her a favor. So when I was finishing checking her in and explaining everything to her, giving her the rules and everything and all that, she said, okay. And she went on to the gate. I had another agent working the flight, and I come from the ticket counter down to the gates because I had 2 flights going out at the same time. I'm the supervisor, so I'm watching both the flights. And so that flight was done, and I see a commotion, and I'm like, what's going on? And she was yelling at my agent. And so I step in and I'm like, ma'am, we've already had this discussion at the ticket counter. You were well aware of you were going to get denied boarding if everyone showed up for this flight. And she didn't want to hear it. And so she started getting real.
How often does that happen?
Oh, this was every day, at least. So at that time, my shift started at 3 a.m. until like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And probably every flight was oversold. Now, whether we had to actually deny boarding to somebody is case by case, depending on the flight. But majority of the time, every flight's oversold.
So it's case by case, not case by case, but it's first come, first serve as far as like if she was waiting to board a flight.
So if one person did not show up at 20 minutes before the door closes, like the departure time, if one person didn't show up, I would have taken their seat and she would have got that seat. And then we would have closed the flight and it would have been done. And then that person that missed the flight, that's when I give them all the compensation and stuff like that. She would have got compensation and possibly a check written to her if she did not get denied boarding for being disruptive. If she would have got denied boarding for oversold, she would have got paid.
That's crazy. So just because she wasn't patient and she showed her ass, oh man, dang, that's a mark down for me. We don't cuss anymore, so sure.
Because somebody was tripping.
Yeah, and it was all up to her. So the saying goes, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Mm-hmm. So I was giving her all the, explaining everything to her. She just kept wanting to talk over me. She was really aggressive at the beginning. And then all of a sudden the phone comes out and her tune starts. Before she pulled the phone out, it was, I want to speak to your CEO and the owner of Frontier. And I was like, well, he's the one that made the rules.
Yeah.
Not me. So you calling him ain't gonna do nothing but prove me right.
So what happened after you left the counter?
She was at the gate still for about maybe 5 minutes on the phone, going off on whoever mama, daddy she was calling and talking to, and crickets after that. I wasn't going to call security on her because she wasn't really worth the paperwork.
Right.
And unfortunately, security at that airport knows me.
Yeah.
And so they would have looked at me like, there was no need for you to call us because you're not threatened by her at all. So
I again, like, I second it, and I've seen the video multiple times, and I'm like, she handled herself very well. Like, and you demanded, like, hey, step away from my counter. Step away from my counter. I was like, dang. Like, me and Chef got to be patting ourselves on the back and be like, yes, that's my baby sister.
Y'all taught me well.
We'll take no mess. And growing around nothing but boys, it teaches you that toughness. Which brings me into our topic at hand. It goes right into it. So when we talk about a strong woman and a strong independent woman such as yourself, and from watching you grow up as a young lady, also a single mother, and being, who you are right now, like, brings great joy to my heart. There's been some rough patches to where, we go to, like, arguing like brothers and sisters like you're supposed to. But it's all in that stage of growing. The other thing is relationship wise. So you don't have to get into real deep detail with your personal relationship if you don't want to. But when we had the conversation on Wednesday about Black women and strong independent women, and we kind of talked about it beforehand, what is your take on this age of a strong independent woman versus what they actually need to be?
A strong.
So, and kind of what I just want to hear your take on it, because we talked to a lot of women in our chat. Yeah. And we want to get a female's perspective, a fresh female's perspective on the comments of a strong, independent Black woman. So when you hear that term, what do you envision that it should be?
Someone that can stand on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Demand respect when they come in the room.
Right.
An easy, good, quick example of what, obviously, Michelle Obama. You want to go to the ratchet side, Nicki Minaj. She can be a good example of a strong Black woman who stands in what she believes in, right, and also does not give into, the hype of everything else.
And there is a fine line between being a ratchet, strong, independent woman versus refined. Every man respects both sides of it. It's just when you dial 80% and you're ratchet and just off the hinge and can't be controlled, that's when it's
a medium.
Yes, you got to be kind of like in the medium there, like, when you need it, but in most cases, in most scenarios, you need to be that woman that demands respect by showing respect.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that that's the type of woman that you are, for the most part. But it's when you get crossed.
Yeah.
it's game over.
Please step away from my counter. That was so tame. Just step
But-
away. Walk away from my counter.
And
Please
you
step
I was
away.
a lot nicer than what y'all know I could have
a
been.
whole lot nicer. And I was like, she is totally professional.
Hey, you know what KG, she pulled the Jackie Johnson.
She sure did. Like
She pulled the Jackie Johnson.
That
ma'am.
is,
We got 5 minutes. And
I
it's
would
counting.
not have seen. I would not have known you would be that professional in a manner like that. I was like, man, please don't embarrass me.
I've always told you when I'm at work,
Yeah.
I mean business. Y'all didn't believe me.
And I didn't believe that it would go viral when I saw it, and I was like, oh my God, please tell me, don't tell me that we're gonna get caught in 4K and Kayla's fighting somebody on camera, please. So, but I mean, almost. I can see it in your eye. I can see it in your eyes, and then I'm like, y'all better not piss off this little black woman.
But you have to conduct yourself at all times. And I also feel like Karens expect for us to blow up. That's why she put the camera out, because she was in other words, this little is about to show her ad, and so I'm about to get it on camera, and that was not the case.
Sunshine.
Well. Did y'all miss me?
What's going on? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Sunshine here.
So who is our special guest?
This is my baby sister.
I'm y'all's baby sister.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. So me and Chef's baby sister. Did you see the video that we just posted?
I didn't see anything.
Oh, let's see it again.
Rewind it.
Again. Like, what? No. What DJ Khaled said? And another one. Another one.
And another one. Oh my
Run
God.
it back one more time, PhD.
Let me pull it up real quick. It's gonna have to go back. It's gonna go through this. Cancel.
Happy Veterans Day to everybody, by the way.
Thank you. Oh yeah, I remember this. I remember seeing this.
Record stuff and try to act
That's
like
me.
No, seriously, what do you mean by you're done?
your
with me? I
ticket
need a
isn't void
refund.
because you're being a disruptive passenger.
How am I being a disruptive passenger
Ma'am,
when
you
you
can step
literally
over there.
told
I'm
me?
no longer going to speak to you, and I'm definitely
You
not going to speak to you
spoke to
if
me.
you have me on your phone, on your camera.
Oh, because you don't want me to record how rude you've
You
been
can
to
record
me?
whatever you want to be. You were the last one to check in. You were denied
I
boarding,
did not.
and
I
so
checked
that's
in an
all.
hour and a half ago.
And I told you then that you were the very last one, and you would probably not get a seat because the flight was oversold.
This flight is delayed by an hour and a half.
Regardless
you guys
of that, you were the last one to check in, and the flight was oversold.
I have an email confirming
Step away from my
that
counter,
the
ma'am.
ticket
I'm asking you not
that
to
I would
record
get a
me.
ticket.
I'm asking you to not record me. Step away
Is
from
that
my
a law
counter.
in Texas that I can't record you in public?
Step away from my counter.
Actually, it
That I
is.
can't record you in public?
Step away from my counter.
Oh, okay. Tell me more.
You can stay here all day you want to. Your ticket is canceled.
Well,
If you
cuss
stay
there.
here, I'll call security and I can have you removed. Those are your choices at this point.
Because I'm bothering you
You're
by
being
standing
a
at the counter?
disruptive passenger.
How am I being
So
disruptive?
you can split it however you want to.
How am I being
You're being a
disruptive?
disruptive passenger and you are done. Thank you. Have a nice
How am
day.
I being disruptive?
If I see you over here in 5 minutes, I will be calling security on you.
Drops the mic and walk out. Okay. Well, all right then.
Yes, and this is the lady in the video in the flesh.
Lady in red.
We got to get the reporting in first before everybody else can. And you know what? We will be sending this to TYT so they can see your side of the story. And maybe they'll reach out to you through us, or
What is TYT? I'm sorry. What is TYT?
Oh, so let me finish the video for you, Sunshine. Hold up. So because this video has gone super viral.
Super viral.
Super viral.
Keep the viral.
This is how viral it went. And we'll recognize it once we continue on.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Girl,
There's something
this.
so beautiful about anti-Karenicity. Let's put up.
My baby sister is the face of anti-Karenism.
Anti-Karen.
Anti-Karenism. She got the Avengers logo and everything.
I know. I just noticed the Avenger logo. Like, I love the Avengers. I'm totally okay with the Avenger logo.
So
They're not anti-Karen
Yeah.
name because I do love some of my Karens,
Mhm.
but
So yeah, this video, this podcast that we got going on, I am gonna cut it up and send it to them to kind of let them know, hey, here's a response to the video and the side of the story.
it's only fit that my brother gets the interview.
It's only fit that I do, right?
It's only fit.
But you handled that so well though, because I'm telling you, I don't know. Like I try to have self-control, but I don't know if my self-control is that good because I probably would have got fired because they would have been like, yeah, she might have been disruptive, but you didn't have to call her all kind of B words and I probably would have got in trouble.
Close. It was close.
And again, like I've seen you get heated, Sunshine, before.
You ain't seen me get heated like I can get heated though.
I mean, it's gotten to the point to where I thought y'all were gonna go to blows.
Oh, probably with that white couple, that old white couple. Yeah, you probably did. Like, yeah. I wasn't gonna touch them, but yeah, whew, Lord, Jesus mercy. You brought me back a little bit.
And I can't say for a fact that I've ever gotten to that point because I'm so calm, period. But I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I will call somebody out of their name so sophisticated, they're like, what just happened?
Oh, I ain't gonna be sophisticated. You gonna know. You gonna know.
Just happened. Did I just
But you being calm is not good.
Yep. Well, I mean, I have to be. I have to be calm because most of the time I'm armed.
Okay, then yes.
And that right there,
he keeps it on the hip.
That right there is the reason why I am afraid to be one of them people that carry a weapon, because I would just get to a point where I'm like, you know what? Listen, you still want to talk?
Yeah.
By the time I get to my car, you still talking. They be like, oh, she's threatening me. Like I said, by the time I get to my car, if you still talking, I'm finna do this 10 to 20.
I like sunshine. I like sunshine.
Seriously. You keep talking. My nerves is bad too. I'm one of them people, like, I'm naturally nervous. So yeah, and don't let me be drinking too. Like, yeah.
Well, I mean, you're not supposed to be drinking.
You will accidentally get killed like in a hot minute, fool around with me.
Allegedly.
It'll be an accident because I was blaming on the alcohol. Because if I wasn't drinking, I probably wouldn't have shot you in the heart. It probably would have just got you in the foot. But
hypothetically.
Actually not supposed to be drinking while you're armed.
Not hypothetically, it would have actually happened. I'm just saying. I'm one of them people. First of all, what is Chef doing? Because he is blurry.
He's at a party or something.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, because all I see is a blurry screen. I'm trying to figure out what's really going on, but it's okay. Hey, Chef. Hey, my dog. That's my dog. Who is that?
I don't know. But
hey, hold on. Look. This has been my ride or die for the last fucking 14 years. This is my boy Jonathan Cash.
What's up, y'all?
Where's my pen at?
I'm coming.
Hey, when you got to go take shots with people when they come. He's been one of my biggest supporters from the DJ Chef from the ground up. But keep going. We here. I'm here. I'm here.
You got a pen, Kai?
yeah, so I gotta let you know what the tally is from last episode.
Hold on, because I don't know what happened to my pen.
All right.
But I will say this, look, your girl, I actually look like somebody today.
I see that. So mine is all in storage. I'm gonna be getting mine out of storage, and next time my wall is gonna be decorated.
Yes, we so proud of Kai.
All of my stuff.
Oh, I'm proud of Kai. I'm proud of Kai too. I never thought he was gonna make it, and look at you.
He's still 8.
I didn't think you was gonna make it, and look at you, boy. You somebody.
I made it out. So retirement life is awesome.
Oh, you ain't seen it yet. I mean, you ain't got to the point where, like, I mean, you still getting that Navy paycheck. Wait till you get to the point where you're getting that retirement paycheck.
I know,
then
right?
You're gonna be like, wait a minute. this is what Sunshine was talking about.
I mean, ain't got no job.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Man, I don't know if I'm ever gonna even want to work again.
No, you're gonna want to work because I mean, I'm at the point where I want to work, but for these last couple of months, I'm like, I've been doing okay, and it's almost to the point where I'm like, I think I can swing this for like another 6 months, like for real. I can swing it. Make sure you file for unemployment. Get all the extra money you can get. It's free.
But side note, and continuing on with our the tally right now is I'm at 7 from the last episode. Just got 1. Robert only has 1, so added on to whatever.
Sounds like you probably like passed Chef up.
Yeah, I think I have passed Chef right
because he's been on mute the whole time.
Is this full seasoning chicken?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Some people's kids.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
what are we talking about? Because I mean, I'm kind of late to the party. I'm tardy to the party. What are we talking about?
What we talked about and kind of how we got to this point was strong, independent women. And what I talked about last episode was what men actually really mean about a strong, independent woman, knowing what they want, being sure of themselves and being confident versus being aggressive and being hyper masculated. But
I feel like a man wants a strong, independent Black woman until he has a strong, independent Black woman, and then it's like, oh, you don't need me. Because it's like y'all seek that. Like y'all like, oh, I want a woman that's like strong, Black, and independent. And when y'all get her, it's like, oh, you too independent. I'm not looking for that. Like you don't need me. And it's like, well, I thought you wanted a strong, independent woman. Like here I is.
And that's what I wanted. That's why I talked about it last week. It was like, yes, we want a strong, independent woman, but these are the characteristics in a strong, independent woman that we want.
Yeah, but you can't say that you want a strong, independent woman and be like, but you have to be this, that, and the third. You either do or you don't. That's like saying, I want a relationship, but this relationship has to be X, Y, and Z. Like either you do or you don't. Like you can't pick apart the person. Like if you want that person, like.
And so let me explain what we mean by a strong, independent woman. Yesterday or Wednesday, I kind of explained part of it. The second part is today. And the reason why I even brought my sister on is to show that other parts of a strong, independent Black woman, as we saw in the video. If you can handle stuff like this professionally and still demand respect, that is another key factor in a strong, independent woman. Now, Sunshine.
I was about to say, you had to bring your sister on to display a strong, independent woman. Really? That's how y'all do me?
No.
That part.
You don't need to even get me started, girl, because you don't want to. But it was a good case study to kind of bring into this point as well, because you can demand respect and jump off hinge. This is another part of a strong, independent woman that men actually look at. There is a fine line between the two. So you have to be a Michelle Obama. And at times you may need to be a Cardi B.
A Sunshine.
Or a Sunshine.
Nikki's in the middle. I keep saying Nikki's in the middle.
Nikki's definitely in the middle.
She's in the middle.
But
I tried the Michelle Obama approach and they didn't understand it. So I had to get Cardi B on them the second time.
Okay.
With the same couple.
All I'm saying is that
what
exactly what a man desires as far as when they mean an independent woman. So going on into that, how do you, so in the workplace.
What up, Trey?
in the workplace, and both of you guys can answer this. In the workspace,
Workplace.
the workspace, in the workspace, you definitely have to. Black women generally hold this chip on their shoulder, and I say you can't take it off.
It's worse. Listen, it's worse for Black women because for us, if you don't say anything, then you're being a pushover. If you say something, now you're an angry Black woman. But I'm supposed to sit up here and let you talk to me any kind of way, and I'm not supposed to say nothing about it. But the minute that I say something about it, oh, you angry. Like, why can't I defend myself professionally and not be labeled as that angry Black woman? So it's kind of like, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't, because it's like either I stand up for myself or I let you just run all over me. But one thing you're not going to do is tell me what I'm going to do. That's what you're not going to do. So it's kind of like, I don't know. And it becomes a battle because even being in the Navy in a predominantly male organization, I run into that all the time. It's like being the rank that we are over a lot of males, a lot of white males, a lot of all different types of males from different types of backgrounds. And it's like, none of them wants to be told what to do by a female. And it's like the minute that it's any type of pushback, then it's, oh, she don't like me. But I've dealt with it. Like, men don't like to be told what to do, and they don't like to listen to women. I deal with it with my son. He's 9. Like I told you, my son told me, I don't like being bossed around. Dude, you 9. Like really, you 9. And you're telling me you don't like to be bossed around. I really feel like it's in y'all DNA to be like, come out the cooter and be like, yeah, I don't listen to women. Feed me, woman. What are you doing? Why are you just letting me cry?
To tell you the truth, to tell you the blunt truth, yes, that is exactly 100% true. Men do not take well to being directed by women, regardless if they see them as a superior, inferior, regardless of the fact.
They don't like to be told what to do. Even in a relationship, if you tell your significant other what to do in a relationship, oh, you don't need me, you got this covered. And it's like, really? Like, you doing something stupid. You being an idiot right now, but I correct you and I tell you, you need to do something different. Then all of a sudden, I'm the boss of you and I'm trying to be a man. Like, no, it's not that I'm trying to be a man, but if you're doing something stupid and I'm telling you that you're doing something stupid, now all of a sudden, I'm trying to take your place. I'm trying to wear your pants.
So do you believe that there is a fine line between telling a man what to do and guiding him?
But see, that's the thing with y'all. Like, we have to be careful how we talk to y'all. It's like, we have to be tactful with how we talk to y'all. Like, anything that we say to y'all is like, oh, you trying to tell me what to do. But we have to play like word jujitsu with y'all to be like, oh yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'm still telling y'all what to do.
With the idea to do your laundry.
So what do you think about that?
Like, we have to make y'all think that ideas are y'all original thought when it's really our thoughts. We have to make y'all think that it's y'all original thought for y'all to be like, yeah, let's do that.
What's wrong with that?
Why do we have to do that, though? That's the thing. Like, why do we have to do that? Why do we have to go round and round and round for you to go, like, for me to say something, you go against what I say, and then you turn around and say the same thing that I say, and then all of a sudden it's okay because you just said it, but I said the same thing. Yeah, but you said it. Now, I need to be the one to say it. That don't make sense.
There has to be a common ground here, and the common ground is we both need to understand that men and women aren't the same. We communicate on different paths, right? So when we have to communicate with the opposite gender, we have to do mental gymnastics as well. We can't be upfront and direct. We have to walk around our words and pick and choose our words. We've been doing that since birth. And it's never been a problem with it because men have to get women to do what they want them to do. Or
But we got to do the same thing. We have to make y'all think that y'all are saying the original thought when y'all really not.
But women do it in a loving, caring way. Men do it in like they're trying to manipulate you.
So how is it manipulation when we're just trying to not offend you? And it's not manipulation when you're doing it the exact same thing to us. It's just that we understand how to communicate with the opposite sex, and we change the way that we communicate. I just think that it's just adapting. Women adapt to what men kind of communication needs are, and vice versa, right? And we don't complain about it. We don't complain that, hey, you know what? I know what he wants to eat. I'm not gonna say
y'all don't complain.
No, okay.
Y'all don't complain about it.
I can say that I don't complain about it because I know what it is.
Well, then you don't need to speak for all men, then, Kai. Because if you don't look at things like all men look at things, then you don't need to speak for all men. You need to speak for Kai.
I am speaking for the men that think like me. And
it's not that many. It's probably you and you.
So, and I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't complain about things, because there are things that I do complain about, but I know how to use my words and express what I need to. But I do a lot of mental gymnastics with explaining it and breaking
manipulation.
It's not manipulation. It's just breaking things down to where it doesn't come off as aggressive. Because if your man came at you aggressive 100% of the time, you would feel some type of way.
We would have problems.
I do.
You would have problems, and the same goes for the opposite side. If you had a man in aggression all the time, he would just stop listening to you. He would just block you out. He's like, you're just being angry. I just don't need to listen to you because your tone is like totally off. I'm not going.
Why is it always understandable for the man to block the woman out with the nagging, but it's not understandable for the woman to block the man out for doing the same thing?
And again, like, it's understandable. It is understandable if a man is just nagging all the time and you don't listen to him. It's comparable. That in that aspect it is, and that's when a man needs to understand. Well, I can only speak for me.
Because it's always like, because it's always the woman's fault with the nagging. It's always. Well, and it's always like unheard of to hear like, the man's actually nagging.
It is unheard of, and I don't understand why that is. I think both sides do the nagging, but when you ask anyone in any demographic, women are the ones that do most of the nagging. And I can't speak for True because I've never seen that. But
I think that's just a stereotype with the whole women are the ones doing the nagging all the time. I think that's a stereotype. And I think that's one of those.
It's expected of us.
Exactly. But I think men do it too. Men do it just as much as women do, but it's expected for a woman to do it more than a man. And so therefore, when we do it, it's like the emphasis gets placed on us more than anything.
So
they blame it on our cycle.
Brandon brought up
but men has cycles too.
They do.
Okay, like, don't even come in here with that.
Oh, y'all do. Don't even play. Just because y'all don't bleed once a month like us, y'all still have y'all.
Perfect example of the lovely trip to your retirement. Okay. All that daddy blamed it on my cycle.
Okay, no, but what does that mean that you, like, men have a cycle? Men don't have cycles.
Yes, men do have cycles. Like, just like I said, just because y'all don't bleed once a month, y'all still have like that one period throughout the month where y'all get really, really irritable. And all y'all want to do is be held. And like Nunu said, y'all want to be the little spoon.
You want to be
like, y'all have y'all moments. So I don't even want to hear that. Men have cycles once a month where y'all just everything just really, really irritates y'all. It's funny because my mom always blames it on a full moon. Every time the full moon is coming, she's like, "Oh, full moon must be coming because he cutting up." So
Every
men
time.
have cycles
I tell
too.
mom and dad that all the time.
Y'all may not want to
Yes.
believe it, but men have cycles too.
You know
Every
what?
full moon.
That needs to be scientifically proven for me to even believe.
It is.
Listen, I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna send it to
I'm
you.
living it every day.
I'm pretty sure
Every full moon.
I'm pretty sure someone has already done the research and it has been proven.
Pick me. I live it every full moon.
I'm pretty
That nigga
sure.
acts the fool.
My mom says the same thing every time. I it's like clockwork. She'll hit me up and be like, "It must be a full moon tonight. Look outside and see if it's the full moon." And be like, "Yep, it's a full moon." Oh, he up in here cutting up and he talking to me like I ain't nothing and blah blah blah. And then once the full moon is over, oh, the full moon must be gone because we up in here having movie night and we cuddling and stuff. Like, yes,
Go shopping.
y'all may not want to admit it, but
See?
y'all have cycles too.
So this is exactly what I mean of what Brandon just said. You know, he been cutting up.
Oh, get out of here. Whatever.
Holding it all in.
Listen, y'all don't hold in nothing. Men don't hold in nothing. I don't even want to hear that. Y'all don't hold in
Always falls back on the woman.
So,
Y'all
now, I'm
don't
not
hold
saying
in
that
nothing.
it falls back on the woman. All I'm saying is we hold our tongue. We hold our tongue just for sake. Now, if we went off as much as y'all went off,
Women don't. That's what I'm saying.
There we go again. It's expected.
That's a stereotype. Like that's. I
Oh
don't
man,
want to hear it.
I'm just poking
Next
fun.
topic. Next topic.
He's trying to get me. He trying to get me to cuss. That's what he's
Yes,
trying to do, and I'm not gonna do
you
it.
already know what it is. So, but yeah, no, I just think it does go both ways because both sides have their flaws. We can't complain about y'all in front of your face. So we have to take it on the chest. The thing is that women, from what I see, and correct me if I'm wrong, you
You're
guys get this on a constant basis. Like you're getting attacked from at work, from at home, from your kids, all of that. How do you deal with that? Well, I mean, I know how you deal with that, but personally, I want you guys to individually to kind of answer that.
No. My thing is this. So I can only take so much, right? I can only take so much from my mama. I can only take so much from my son. I can only take so much from life. My man, too. I can only take so much. But it's like when I get to that point, and I used to be like that, like I would hold it in and then I would just explode. So I try not to hold it in. And if something is bothering me, I try to make sure that I let people know, like, hey, it may not be right then and there, but I'll be like, you know what? I didn't appreciate how you did this, or I didn't appreciate how you did that. But how I handle it is letting people know how I feel. And that probably came from like years and years of counseling. And there's nothing wrong with counseling. But if I don't tell you how I feel, I'm at the point in my life that if I don't speak on how I feel and speak on how you made me feel, it bothers the hell out of me.
Right? It
bothers me for me not to tell you how I feel or what it is that you're doing that, you know what I'm saying, is messing with me. It bothers me. So that's how I deal with it. Like I have to tell you, like, and I have to tell myself, I don't care if you get offended, or I don't care if it makes you mad. Like I still have to tell you how I feel. As long as I get it off my chest, we can deal with your feelings after the fact, but I have to get it off my chest, because if I don't, then I'm going to be the one to have to deal with my feelings. And you don't care because you made me feel that way. Why do you care if you don't know how I'm feeling?
Now, does it always have to be you first?
What you mean? Does it always have to be me first?
What about the man getting off his feelings first, like venting to you? And
Listen, this is my thing. Don't wait until I'm getting something off my chest to tell me how it is that you feel, because now I feel like you being nitpicky. Like, why you didn't tell me this when it happened? Don't wait until I tell you how I feel to be like, well, you do the same thing. No, if I'm doing the same thing, then you should have been original and told me yourself that I'm making you feel a certain type of way. Don't wait until I tell you you're making me feel a certain type of way to tell me, well, you do the same thing. So now it's not even about me no more. Now you just made it about you.
Yeah. And when men, and again, like men out there, do not wait until she's opening up to you to spill out everything.
No, Brandon, his feelings are not secondary, but when he decides to tell me what his feelings are, when I decide to tell him what my feelings are, then hell yeah, his feelings are secondary.
Trap, sunshine. He's trapping.
See how hostile her feelings are.
There's always a healthy way to have a conversation. Let the woman go first and let the man go first. Y'all get 10 minutes to get off what it is you need to get off, and shut the heck up and move on, and let's find a solution, because the back and forth is stressful.
Listen,
no one wants to do that.
If I come to you and I say, listen.
But you got 10 minutes to come to me.
No.
I don't want to be here all
if
night.
I come to you and I said, listen, this is how I feel. This is how you made me feel. You saying it made me feel this type of way.
I'm gonna hear you.
If your response is not, you know what, I apologize, or I didn't realize I was made, like, if your response is,
you're not gonna force me to apologize for something I'm not sorry for. I'm gonna apologize for hurting your feelings, but what I said is what I said. I'm not gonna apologize for what I said. Apologize how
I'm not in a relationship with you. So
I'm just saying.
No, because I'm like, if I come to you and I tell you how I feel, and then you turn around and say, well, I feel this way. Well, okay, so where were those feelings before I said how I felt? Like, why did you wait until I told you how I felt to tell me how you feel? So now I feel like you're dismissing how I feel, because you want to talk about your raggedy ass feelings. It's like, okay, how about you feel a certain type of way, and you tell me how you feel, and we'll deal with it before I get to the point of telling you how I feel.
But that's when everyone gets in that I feel attack mode. That's why I feel like it should be an even playing square, because it's like rah, 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 rah. Okay, well, because I did this is because you did this, or whatever. 10 minutes or whatever, how long, it should not be a forever. You're going to tell me what I did wrong.
10 minutes to tell you how I feel. If I'm going to tell you how I feel, I'm going to tell you how I feel. And if your response is not, like I said, I apologize for making you feel that way, or I didn't know you felt that way, and your response is, well, you made me feel this way too, then I have not heard shit that you just said. And to me, I'm like, it's nothing else for us to talk about. What are we talking about?
That's why it's 10 minutes.
Yeah, your sister just pissed me off, and that's probably why you bought her on.
After the 10 minutes, you're not hearing what no one is saying. It's just a back and forth.
It don't even have to be 10 minutes.
It's just a back. I'm just giving 10 minutes
as an example. If your response is,
because after a while, you're not hearing what no one is saying.
If your response to how I feel is to tell me how you feel, then I really don't care to even have this conversation. Because if I'm coming to you to tell you how I feel, and then your response is to tell me how you feel, okay, we have not gotten to the point of how I feel. I came to you.
Apology is a part of that, though.
No, I don't even need an apology.
For doing that, but this is.
I don't even need an apology.
Sorry, I took it out on you.
I don't even need an apology.
Sorry, I took it out on you.
I don't even need an apology. I just need you to acknowledge how I'm feeling. I just need you to acknowledge how I'm feeling. If you acknowledge how I feel and not respond with, well, you do the same thing. No, if that's how you feel, it's no reason for me to even have this conversation with you.
To kind of wrap it up, it's if you're out there and you have issues,
Hell up, Rob. Talking about Tally. I can't
Yeah.
stand him.
yeah, you said the S word.
I know what I said. I said it twice. I said two things. I know what I said.
Two things. So, men out there, if you have issues that you're holding on, especially with your significant other, do not wait until she is bringing up issues that she's having with you.
That part.
Bring up your issues. Do not wait, because
That's
then
what I'm talking about.
that's what Sunshine is talking
Because
about.
I have nothing else to say to you. We have nothing to talk about.
Exactly, and the reason why is because you invalidate her feelings by bringing up your issues.
I was saying have it in a healthy conversation environment. That's why I was saying the 10 minutes in a structured environment to have a conversation where it's back and forth. That's what I was meaning. If it's you getting your shit off, get your shit off. But
if we having a conversation about both our feelings, that's fine. If we're like, listen, we're gonna talk about both our feelings. But if I come to you and I say, listen, I don't appreciate this, or I feel this way, I feel that way, and your response is, well, you make me feel the same way, then we have nothing else to talk about. But if we're having a communication session where we're talking about how we both feel and we're trying to get to a point, that 10 minutes thing, that's fine. But if I'm coming to you and I feel a certain type of way and I'm like, listen, blah, 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 and your response is, well, you do the same thing, so what about? No, then I have nothing else to say to you. It's nothing for me to say. What am I going to say? It's nothing for me to say.
Yeah, Brandon said it correctly. No liquor should be involved.
Absolutely not. Oh, no, because we might get divorced. No. Somebody move it out tonight. I'm grabbing my pillow and my blanket. I'm gone.
Yeah, and you know what? To be honest, like liquor should not be involved when you having a conversation.
No, it shouldn't be. Yeah. Ever.
You anti-cancer.
I don't even know why Rob is talking. Like, Rob just don't even need to say anything. Like, he just needs to be quiet. He didn't even show up tonight. So I feel like people who don't show up tonight don't have a say in nothing.
Your opinion is invalidated, Rob.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Sunshine said so.
I'm all about structured criticism.
Structured criticism is the key. And men, get out of your feelings. There's a lot of men out there who have been grown or raised by nothing but women, and it shows because they hold their feelings on their shoulders and they can't take criticism from their own woman. And then the first thing that they come out and say is like, you can't talk to me like that. Only my mama can talk to me like that. Like, no, like get your mama's titty out of your mouth, telling me down for that. And be a
you
man.
gotta tell yourself I don't have a pen.
And
my thing is, I don't mind criticism. I'm okay with the criticism. But what you're not gonna do is criticize me and you go about doing things how you want to do things. I'm okay with you criticizing me and you changing at the same time, but don't criticize me, but then you do what you want to do and I say something, oh, well, I'm a man, I could do that. Well, guess what? Don't criticize me about nothing. Don't tell me nothing that I need to change, nothing that I need to do. If you're going to do whatever it is that you want to do and you don't want to listen to criticism from me, don't give me no criticism. If you can't take it, don't dish it.
There are things in a relationship that should be equal, and there are things that should not be equal. When it comes to emotional responsibility, that is an equal playing field from both sexes. Like,
I agree with Brandon. Rob household is definitely probably petty.
But you know, they're young. They'll get through it.
They are, but I know it's a lot of petty stuff going on, but we already know who had the pants, but it's okay. But that's how I feel. I can take a lot. I can take a lot of criticism. I can take a lot of whatever, but don't expect me to change if you sitting up here going about your business like you Mr. Perfect, Mr. Whatever, and expect me to be the one to change into who you want me to be. If you want me to be who you want me to be, then you need to go out there and find her, because I ain't it.
Oh.
That is the way.
That's just how I feel.
Oh,
And it ain't the liquor talking, Brandon.
Kayla, like, well, what's your feelings on this and everything with this?
I agree.
Rob say he wear the pants, but she got the belt.
Hey, what's up to my other sibling, Lacacia?
Oh, okay, Lacacia.
Yeah.
Hey, Lacacia.
I mean, a lot of times a man really can't take a woman how she's saying and expressing herself because they're intimidated by us. That goes again to the independent Black women.
I agree with
They're
that.
always going to turn around and be intimidated by anything that we do to them and say to them.
And that goes back to the whole I want a independent Black woman until I actually got one. And then it's like, oh.
And I hurt her feelings. And now I got to hear that I hurt her feelings.
I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting her to call me on my stuff.
And
Right.
that's what an independent
They want to be coddled.
That's what an independent Black woman does. We do not want to be coddled. We don't want, like, a real man does not want to be coddled. They want to be called out on their shit, but there is a way to do it.
Give yourself one for that too, but y'all don't want to be called out. Y'all don't want to be called out on y'all stuff. Y'all, no, y'all don't. Y'all don't.
I don't know about everybody else's is that, but I take constructive criticism very, very well. Even if it's
a different breed, though.
even if it's delivered a totally different way, I can be like, hey, you know what? Your delivery was totally off, but I get the point. This is the point that you're trying to get to, and that you want me to know. Am I correct in assuming what you just said? So, men, we got to do better at communicating, because
most men are not mentally mature enough to think like that.
When it comes to, because the thing is, men are mentally mature, because you're talked to by your peers any type of way all the time. There are some guys that are out there that don't take disrespect very likely, and then they have an emotional response like a woman, which is not normal.
No, the rain has been disrespectful tonight.
Yeah, well, I am to those men that can't recognize that, hey, take the criticism regardless on how it's delivered, because you're supposed to be a man. You're supposed to be able to take being yelled at by your own peers, because it happens all the time. Take it on the chest, digest it, and move forward. Like, was the criticism correct, or was it disrespect? If it was disrespect, then handle it accordingly. And if it's coming from your significant other, you should not respond with aggression as well, because aggression versus aggression doesn't work. It does not work. It's going to be continued conflict. So men have to be the bigger man. That's why that phrase comes from. You have to be the bigger man and defuse the situation and be like, hey, you know what? Either I was wrong, or hey, I'm not trying to invalidate your feelings. Let's move on to it. Or how do we move on for this? What do you want me to do to fix this issue that we're having? If you have a strong woman, she's going to come with you with the problems on the spot, in your face, directly, the way that she should. So don't be afraid, or don't be complaining when you do get the woman that's on the aggression side, very outspoken, and may not be emotionally intelligent at that moment, but you need to understand how to defuse that bomb. That's all I'm trying to say.
But in a partnership, you're both supposed to be able to diffuse each other's bombs in every situation.
Now, I can't speak on the woman's aspect of that, but that's
supposed to be able to. But
the thing is the burden is on the man.
Really, Brandon? Really? Come on now.
As long as aggressive as well. All right. Well, with that, we are going to end the podcast right here. I would like to say thank you to everybody who has checked in and checked on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and Twitch. Thank you guys for stopping by. We have my baby sister Kayla in the building, Sunshine. We had Chef in here. Rob's in the comment section. But you know who we are. We came to drop bars.
Factual information.
This is the Perfectly Balanced Podcast. Who else we got in the building?
Oh, I mean, you already didn't. Come on now, really?
Who else we got in the building?
It's your girl Sunshine coming in live from Candyland, baby.
Kayla, you want to drop your tags or anything like that where people can find you?
Find me on Instagram and that nigga call me Big Mama.
Okay.
As you can see down below her picture, that's her Instagram.
Hey, there's some underscores in there.
But thank you guys for showing up. We'll see you guys again on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. I think that was right. But hey, we are the Perfectly Balanced Podcast. We'll see y'all again later. Peace.
Bye.